All right. Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites from the Indianapolis camp of the Great Millstone, and we're here to give all glory and honor and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out. We also want to say salutations to our the hopeful elect of Israel scattered to the four corners of the earth. It'd be like it to the speckled bird, and that's the 12 tribes of Israel that are scattered, okay? And they are, as such, the tribe of Judah, that's the so-called Negroes, the tribe of Benjamin, the so-called West Indians, the tribe of Levi, the so-called Haitians, the tribe of Simeon, the so-called Dominicans, the tribe of Zebulon, the so-called Guatemalans to Panamanians, the tribe of Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, the tribe of Manasseh, the so-called Cubans, the tribe of Gad, the so-called North American Indians, the tribe of Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians, the tribe of Naphtali, the so-called Argentinians to Chileans, the tribe of Asher, the so-called Colombians to Uruguayans, and the tribe of Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. To you, we say Shalom, and we're just going to get right into it.
All right, I'm going to start in Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. So what is evil? Okay, evil is anything that goes against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. All right, and they call evil good. Okay, so that's not following those commandments. All right, to the best of your ability. Okay, verse 21.
Now, real quick, you know, at the beginning of that scriptures as well, he's going into destruction to the people that turn good to evil and evil to good. All right. So, what are the examples of like that? So, they push that pride of the alphabet group, right? Well, against Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, that's against the laws of him. Okay, we're not supposed to be going man to man, woman to woman. All right. But in this society, they push that. All right. They say, no, that's good. All right. You know, we're not looking for women and female. We're looking for opposites. We're looking for the same sex marriages. Okay, you know that's what this society pushes. All right, that's an example. You know.
That's right. A lot of these things that this so-called place does is evil, man. Okay. What about this so-called everybody needs to cure? That's evil. Everybody don't need a cure. Everybody not sick.
That's right.
You know. Right. They call this, it's good for you to do this, but it's really not good for us to do it. You know? That's an example.
If I may add that the word evil goes into bad times as well, and that's exactly where we are, in bad times. You know, everything is upside down. All right?
Verse 21. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. All right? So, you know, it's saying woe to them that are wise in their own eyes. All right? So that's going basically in the pride, saying, you know, I'm not going to do what the Lord tells me to do. I'm going to do what I want to do.
That's right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So it says, there's a way which seemeth right unto man, and basically, you know, that's going into leading into your own understanding, you know, not following after the way of the Lord, following after your own heart. You know, the flesh, you know, it wants what it wants. So you giving into that flesh, right? We going after what you think is right. It says, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Right, man. If you're not following the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're doing the opposite. It says the wages of sins are death. All right.
Sorry, bro.
Verse 22. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink. Right? So that's, you know, saying woe unto you know, people who are leading unto other doctrines, all right? And woe unto the men of power that's mingling those doctrines, all right, for control and trying to get you to go off, all right? This is Proverbs chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 5. It reads, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, so with all thy mind. And lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai and depart from evil.
So if you follow the ways and hearken unto the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, that's the way how you're going to depart from evil. Therefore, you're going to be hidden from those bad times that we are already entering into. So, like I say, it's like trusting the Lord. So how you trust in the Lord? You just got to follow his ways. Listen to the man that he has set up to preach this gospel to you so that you may correct your ways. And then by all means, you acknowledge the Father, and when you acknowledge that you acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. So that's why we always give our praise to the Yahweh Shem Shai, for rather be something that was good or rather be evil. Because it's all a lesson. You know, it's all to chastise us so that we be groomed into the men that he set us up to be. So again, like I say, man, be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear Yahweh Shem Shai, reverence him, respect him, and depart from evil.
It's the book of Proverbs chapter 13, verse 13. So, whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed. So when you're not keeping the laws, the commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai, then you are a despiser of his word. So again, like you said, in these times, things that are good or things that are considered good into Yahweh Shem Shai, those of the world considered to be evil. So you are a despiser, and in essence will be destroyed. And it says, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. So again, that reward is whether it be good or evil that come upon us. It's going to either be a correction, or there's a lesson or a blessing that's coming into it while he's directing our path. So it's a blessing when we keep the commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai, and we don't be destroyed and take on, you know, the punishment of the world. Last part says, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
What's the ultimate reward? Right? We all looking to get the crown. Right. That's the ultimate reward that we're seeking after. Okay, get the crown. That's right.
We want that, we want that salvation. We want to be away from the troubles when the time comes. We want to be able to call on Yahweh Shem Shai and he answers us. All right, that we were a good servant on the side. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're thriving for, that victory. All right.
The scripture says, I trust in the Lord. I will not fear what man can do to me. That's right. So I trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. All right.
Right. I just want to say, because how you expect to receive reward if you tell the Lord not to do what he said?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what we going into. Like, that's you being wise in your own mind.
That's right.
We tell you that eating pork is going off, but you say, well, shit, I put enough salt, pepper, it tastes good.
That's right.
That's you leaning to your own understanding.
That's right.
You know, so like the brother was saying, like, we ultimately do this for that reward to receive that crack. So like I said, if you get reproved, you get told what you have to do with the Lord say, but you be like, I'm doing my way. Like I said, how think you expect to be saved? How think you expect to receive salvation or receive that crown? How do you expect to be a joint area? How shall I It's mad. Ultimately, it's going to lead to your death and your destruction.
Right, bro.
I got, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 9. Just backing the brother up. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. Okay? And like you just said, you know, if you know what the law is and you turn your ear away from it, you're not trying to hear it, you know, there's going to come a time when you're going to need them and you're going to pray. He said your prayer shall be an abomination to him. An abomination goes into something being abhorred or detestable. You know, he's not even trying to hear it. You know, get away from me. I got nothing to do with you. You know? All right.
Make me sick.
Yeah.
Right. You know, hey, I ain't trying to hear that. You know,
I ain't trying to hear nothing.
This is not a sweet, savory smell.
All right.
It's detestable.
That's right.
Be gone, you know.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and 5. It says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall obtain unto wise counsel. Right. So a wise man, when you correct a wise man, he's gonna hear it. Hey, this is the way the Lord wants you to do this, and he shall increase his learning then. But it says that a man of understanding shall obtain unto wise counsel. Right. He gonna listen to that counsel, man. Hey bro, you know, you're going off with that. Hey, the Lord said his law, statutes, commandments are for us to do it this way. Hey, we got to tell you anyway to get that ball off our hands, but it's also your job to listen to that wise counsel. Most people don't even know when they get wise counsel because that pride seep in and other things come in a direction, but hey, the men of the Lord are giving out the best counsel that this planet has ever seen. You know?
And why? Because it's through the inspiration of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know, it comes from, he uses our vessels to push his word. You know what I'm saying? He's a true power. He don't have to get off his throne to do anything. He's got servants.
God, just back with that Amos 3 and 7. The Lord do nothing. He revealed his secret to his servants, the prophets.
That's right.
Yep.
I'm gonna jump to verse 7. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. And that's why when you tell certain people about the scripture, like you brothers is going to, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, he's a fool.
That's right.
All right? Hey, but that fear of the Lord, the beginning of knowledge, man, and understanding of these scriptures, man. Because once you start learning more and more about the Lord, you get it back the commandments. You want to learn how to please Him, man. You know, and that's the job that we're striving for right now. We're trying to please God by Shemel Shai, man. All right, to get that reward, man.
Because with some of the examples of how, you know, how we're trying to please Him is what? We stop and think of what we're doing. We're not moving in haste. We're like, hey, before you go to a cookout, let's say it's another family member or something, you go get some food, you're going to be checking, like, damn, this got pork in it? Or whatever restaurant you might pop in at. Hey, y'all use pork in this? Or y'all use shrimp in this? You know what I'm saying? You start evaluating things that are going on in the life, and you break it down with the scriptures, see if I'm going off or not.
Right. This is Ecclesiastes 12. I'm going to start at 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh, keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. All right, so we're supposed to be keeping these commandments. Hey, this is our duty. All right, this is what the Lord commanded us to do. Okay, all right. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. All right, so you know you're gonna be able to have for Yahweh Shemel Shai. Hey, you gonna every man and everybody's gonna have to have that day of judgment. Okay, you're gonna have to. Hey, if you did evil, the evil gonna come up in the good. Okay, in that day of judgment, man. All right, so there's no way around it. So hey, you need to be leaning towards doing better towards the good than evil.
That's right.
All right.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shai, that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that, whether he had done, whether it be good or bad. Right, man, you know, what the brother's going into, right? You know, we all have to give an account, you know, individually, all right? The Lord is not going to ask us, you know, what the person next to us did. He's going to ask what you did. Like, what did you do for me, all right? What were you doing in the flesh on the earth, all right? We're not giving an account for nobody else. We're giving an account for ourselves. We're responsible for our actions, not another brother's, all right?
Right. That's why the scriptures say work out our own salvation.
That's why
the scriptures going to working out our own salvation. All right. Then you got the brotherhood. You got brothers that's going to be there for you. But at the end of the day, you got to walk this walk. And you got to walk this walk the right way on your own. You can't lean on this brother. This brother ain't gonna get you salvation. This brother right here is gonna get you salvation. You gotta get salvation for yourself. All right.
And if I may add, bro, you know, at the end of the day, it's you and your Yahweh Shemel Shai and Andrew, all right?
That's right.
Because, you know, the brothers, you know, they don't, you know what's going on behind closed doors. So, you know, you gotta, you know, stay on point, all right? Because you gotta stay prayed up, all right? And fight off whatever, you know, wicked thoughts Satan is throwing in your head, all right? You gotta stay on point all around.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a balance. You know, you have to fight on your own, but the Lord also gave us brothers to help us through hard times. Hey, without brothers, we wouldn't know this word. You know, without our apostles, you know, Great Millstone, we wouldn't know this word. So the brotherhood is important also, man. It's a balance though. All right, but the thing is, they can't just be teaching it all. You got to read it and learn some things for yourself. That's what it's all about. You know, that's good.
That's how I was back there. That's what he always says. You know, apostles, read it for yourself. You know, I'm not gonna, you read it for yourself. You get your own understanding.
That's how the scriptures say, study to show thyself approved. Working out here the same, rightly dividing the word of truth.
This is Job chapter 28, verse 28. And unto men he said, behold, the fear of Yahweh Shemel Shai, that is wisdom. And to depart from evil is understanding. So like I said, man, you gotta, once you get the understanding of what's considered evil and what's contrary to your how about Shai, then once you start to repent and convert and come back from those things, now you are a man of understanding. Because you can hear the words and what's not what you ought to do and what not to do, and you be like, yeah, that was good hearing, but you still gonna go home and fire up that point.
That's right.
The more you keep doing those things, you still in that congregation of the dead. You still are without this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. As soon as you make that, as soon as the Lord put the Spirit in you to make that decision to where you put your foot down and you say, you know what, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Now you start to come into the understanding of the way that Yahweh Shai has set up for us to live.
Right.
Because ultimately we know that following the law to the T, because none of us can do it anyway, that's not going to save you. But having that faith, and ultimately that predestination, that's how you become saved. That's how you be called up and beamed up in the first resurrection. But ultimately, yeah, before you start to even consider that, you got to depart from those evil ways that you're living by. Like I said, we was without this knowledge, under our oppressors. But now the Lord has opened this up for us, starting with our apostles and elders on down, even from their elders, but down to them to us. Now we're receiving that understanding day in and day out.
Right.
Because like I said, we all, we ain't perfect, so we fall here and there, but we know man, I gotta check that.
Yep.
I gotta keep that in check. Exactly. Rehearsal righteous act meaning rehearsing means to practice, right? Because to practice, once you practice and practice, that's what makes you perfect. So you can't just practice one time and you don't get it right then and there. No, it's a continuous thing. I said we're gonna continue to have to rehearse this until we are, beamed up. Lord willing to be of that number. Until we're in the kingdom, to where we won't have to rehearse it because it's gonna already be in us to actually perform. So that's what we're leaning towards to right now.
No rest.
God,
Hey, real quick, just to back up what the brother was saying, 2 Corinthians 13:5, it says, examine yourselves, whether you be in the faith, prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh Shai Mashiach is in you, except you be reprobates? That's right, so you got to examine yourself. All right, it's a constant evaluation. You got to constantly rehearse these righteous acts, man. Like you say, you're not gonna get it right the first time, or maybe the second, third. You know what I mean? If you practice to get better, man. All right. Same thing with you. If you want to be an athlete, a major athlete, you're gonna keep practicing that art, right? Just like the scripture, we gotta keep practicing and keeping our minds on Yahweh Shem Shai, man, so that we can become better teachers and ultimately better men for Yahweh Shem Shai.
Sure. Yeah, I got to present the better one real quick.
yeah, I kind of.
Go ahead, yeah. Tear it up.
This is Psalms 119. And this is Psalms 119 and 59. I thought on my ways and turned my feet unto the testimony. I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments. So it's just about the brother. You got to think about what you're doing. All right, fix it. Don't waste time. Don't let time go on because things will get worse. So you can't make no haste, and you got to correct that situation right then and there. All right, and turn back to the Heavenly Father, and make sure you follow the law, statutes, and commandments. All right.
Like I said, back what both brothers are saying, because there is a place where it says you have to have some type of work. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved, right, and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby you have believed.
That's right.
Right? So all three of those are synonymous, right? Yeah, you get the content that's read to you or what you listen to, okay, you believe it. Then that faith, because they say faith cometh by hearing the word of Yahweh.
That's right.
So first you got to hear it, right, to receive that faith. So then you start to believe, and then what? Then you start to rehearse those righteous acts. And it says, verse 8, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation, right? Going to what we said earlier about that reward. That's what we're trying to see. Lord, will they build that number?
That's right.
It says the salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them from me from the beginning. And like I said earlier, it's ultimately about being of that predestination.
Right.
The Lord has already predestined you to even be saved anyway.
Yep.
He declared it in the world before the beginning, meaning all things are already declared. All your lifetimes and all the things you've ever done, he already put that that blueprint in you to follow whatever act that you was committing. That's what you're supposed to do.
right.
Now we in this time where we coming back to our heritage and we trying our best to rehearse these righteous acts to the best of our ability. We're giving diligence to make our call and election sure.
Right.
That's what we've been set up to do. To preach this gospel, like your brother read, to fear the Most High, and conclusion of the whole matter, fear the Most High, and follow His commandments.
Right.
That's ultimately what we are set up here to do. But like I said, to follow those commandments goes into those works. So you have to have some type of work. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, be on the comment board for 10 years and when you go to your page, you ain't got nothing.
That's right.
Poof. You know what I mean? And that's not talking about the brothers who just now coming to the truth getting fed, but you do have Jakes, and I have seen personally, say they've been in the truth for 10 years, and I was like, oh man, I was in his page, man, nothing. Literally nothing. And that's a man that's sitting on that pound, putting that pound in that napkin. Right. You don't want the Lord to say, bring him in and slay before him. And that's what's going to happen to you. You knew the will of Yahweh Shai, and you chose not to do it. Going back to what we were saying at first, how can you expect to be saved by not listening to your father who gave you commandment as far as to do something? And none of you ever was told to do something by your earthly father and didn't do it because you got your ass whooped. Mm-hmm. So what you think Yahweh gonna do to you? So Yahweh Shai gonna do to you? Yeah, he may give you a few strikes, but ultimately it can lead to your death. And that's what we don't want nothing to happen to us. That's why we're doing this week in, week out, day in by day, we having that inward man renewed, constantly meditating on these scriptures so that our paths be directed through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shai, to the righteousness, the righteous side. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 61, actually 62 and 6. It says, I have set thee a watchman upon the walls of old Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. They that make mention of the Lord and make mention of the Lord kept not silence.
Mm-hmm. So like I said, that's why constantly, night and day, you seeing these videos getting put up. Like I said, he set us up as watchmen. You get what I'm saying? So that means what? We are employed to do this work.
Sure.
Now you also got your righteous employees. You got your wicked. You got those who got this knowledge that they choose not to do the will of Yahweh Shai. Or what they do, they preach a false doctrine. Yeah. They gonna be destroyed. But us, like I said, Lord willing, we built that righteous life. Right? We want to get that, like I said, this is us building our spiritual paycheck, right? And that's how we're not giving him no rest because, like I said, day in and day out, even right now, this epistle going up. It's probably on the other side of the world. It's nighttime. I guarantee you, brothers in the UK, brothers in Africa, brothers in Australia, they doing lessons or getting prepared to do them. So this is our duty that we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to give him no rest. I said, till we make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Salaki, go ahead, bro.
Verse 7, it says, and give him no rest until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
Right. So like you're jumping the gun, but that's like you said, man, that's what we do, man. Like when you're a watchman, you're supposed to watch out for the flock. Say you ain't up there. So you was a watchman back in the ancient world. You settle on your leave, not really doing the duty that you're set to do. Then a threat could come to the city, and it'd be your fault that the people got destroyed, that the people got ransacked. But what we do, we supposed to, like I said, we on our watch, and we watching out for the things that's going on. Oh, it's earthquakes going over here. It's pestilences going on here. Plagues over here. Famines over here. Rumors of wars. We are set up, and we are doing the job that the Lord has set us up to do. So like I said, Lord willing, the more and more we do this, man, and we know it's time. And we at the end of the end. We know this thing is almost over. It's just a matter. Hey, it's just a matter when the Lord, get that go ahead and how shall the Holy Angels come back? After the implementation of the MOB, that gotta come. And also, that World War III, and then how shall the Holy Angels come back to redeem His elect? And again, Lord, will we be a part of that number?
He's just the back of what you saying about being a watchman and not saying nothing when you're supposed to be on our duty. This is Ezekiel 33:6. But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand.
So right there, that shows proof that there's two different types of watchmen. There's There's one that's actually watching out for the fly. And there's those who are faking the funk or not even doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, man, if the watchman don't look, don't set that alarm, that means what? All people gonna die, and then ultimately you gonna die because you didn't want the people. You know what I'm saying? So this is our whole duty. This is the whole reason why we existing right now in this time period, present day. This is our main calling to do in our whole existence. To make it to this point, to preach, go out to the highways and byways, to put up these video epistles in hopes of waking up the hopeful elect so we get redeemed from this wicked kingdom.
That's right.
That's the only reason why we're here right now. As a matter of fact, that's pursuing Revelation 7:1. Right? That's the only reason why destruction is being held, because we wait for, we know the elect is sealed, but we wait for them all to be activated. Right. Then once they activated, then that's when, hey, it's going to all go down. Right. You know what I'm saying? The perilous times going to come, Jacob's trouble going to come, and then the midst of Jacob's trouble with World War III, the MOB, then what happens? We get saved by our big brother. Right. And the rest of our brothers, the angels. That's what we waiting on. We don't care about nothing else. We set up to we set up for the defense of this gospel, to preach this truth, and that's the end all be all. We ain't set up to do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? He took us out of that world. If he wanted us to continue to live like niggas, we'd have still been in the world. We'd have still been doing worldly things, wicked things, but no, he called us out of that. And the scriptures do say that many are called, but few are chosen. Again, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Israelites who've been causing this thing, there's a lot of them that fell out. You know what I'm saying? So, they said, Lord willing, I said we are that number so that we be saved. Lord willing, we continue to do what we do. Lord willing, we keep the spirit on us to continue to push forth this ministry. That's right. That's it. Yeah.
There's Luke 12:43. It says, "Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Of a truth I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he has." All right, so that's right. So blessed is that man that, hey, when Yahweh Bashim outside, when he makes his, when he comes back and he sees that you continue to work all the way and you endure to the end, he's gonna give you that crown, man. And we're gonna have rule over all that he has. All right, the Lord's gonna open it up. We're just talking about the elect. All right, verse 45. "But and if that servant say in his heart, My Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maidens, and to eat and to drink, and to be drunken, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him asunder, and will appoint him with his portion with the unbelievers. And that servant which knew his Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes." All right, remember, that's talking about that servant. He actually knew Yahweh Shem Shai's plan, but he turned his back, man. He went back into the world, man. So he's going to be beaten with many stripes, all right? So you, hey. So that's why you have to endure to the very end, because now you done doubled your punishment, man. If you got into this truth and then you left, well, that's a scary thing to be, man. You know?
I was just going to say this, and like you said, bro, it's like I said, that's all about those two different types of watchmen.
Yep.
And so you got the ones who actually do what they're supposed to be doing. You got those ones that just, they just laxing, and but you got people like they'll tell you that, like prime example, like IUIC, they'll tell you that there ain't no Jacob Trouble coming.
Yeah. So
that's just like, imagine yourself on that tower, being the watchman, you see a threat coming, but you blow the horn as if merchants are coming to town. You didn't sound the war horn. You sound the horn of merchants. So all of everybody open the gates. And then they open the gates, and then what? Oh, it's a war.
Yep.
Well, the people wasn't ready because you wasn't tuning that right sound.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? So, and what the brother said, man, ultimately what's going to happen to you, the Lord gonna kill you.
Yep. That's right.
Like the brother read, all that blood's gonna be on your hands. And like I said, it also people talk about blood going from Abel all the way even to Zacharias, so even up to now, you know what I'm saying, all that righteous blood will be imputed upon your head.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I said, it's definitely, like she said, there's a fearful thing to fall the hands and live power.
That's right.
You know, you get what I'm saying? It definitely is. So, man, you gotta, Lord willing, keep that spirit on you. Brothers who are laboring, doing the work, rightly dividing the truth, man, for him to keep us in that stead. Because, if I could say this really quick, because it was like this, bro. Because what was that part you had read? A portion with the unbelievers.
Yeah. I'll just read it real quick. This is back to Luke 12:46. "The Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him asunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers.
So he's gonna come like a thief in the night. He said, "Appoint your punishment with the unbelievers."
Yep.
What's somebody that is an unbeliever? They have no faith. Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
That's right.
So ultimately, for you simply not even believing, you account for as unfaithful, then you don't die. Simple as that. You know. Boom. So man, like, hey, man, hey, that's why you gotta, hey, this walk, man, you gotta tread careful. You know, like even like we were saying earlier, you know, hey, Ezra, let's talk about that straight and narrow path. One side is water, one side is fire, man. This is a dangerous walk.
That's right. That's right.
You know, say like the brother said, you know, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. It's only, hey, it's so narrow that only one person can go there in. So you gotta make sure at the end of the day you doing what you gotta do. So like you said, brother can't help you, I can't help you, he can't help you. Like I said, your works is gonna speak for their self. Like brother said, all of us gonna appear upon the judgment seat. You know what I'm saying? So that means we gonna be there by groups. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be there. You gotta give your own account. Well, they told you to do this. Why you do the opposite?
That's right.
They told you stop eating this. Why you do the opposite? What you gonna say? Can't lie.
That's right.
Ultimately, you said pretty much what you saying by default. I didn't care about what you was saying, Heavenly Father.
That's right.
I didn't care about what you were saying, Yahweh Shai. You know, I didn't care about y'all ministry or whatever the case may be. So what he gonna do to you? Oh, you don't care about me? Us? We don't care about you.
That's right.
Gonna kill you. You know, but ultimately in the end though, you know, 2/3 gonna come back, you know, in their right mind. But yeah, you know, like the Lord, man, they not playing, man. Especially this time, man. You look at a lot of our laws, man, you disobey, you got put to death.
Yep. Right.
Then we got Romans 6:23 say the wages of sin is death.
That's
So
right.
it means like shit, so really in a sense, all sins could be accounted for as death.
Yeah.
You know, in this time period, you know, so man, you know, hey, that's why we, like we spoke earlier, man, rehearsing those righteous acts, the best of our ability.
This is Proverbs. I'm gonna start it. This is Proverbs 8. I'm gonna start at 32. Now therefore hearken unto me, O children, for blessed are they that keep my ways.
Right, so how do you hearken? Like say hearken unto me. So that means what? You're supposed to be listening.
That's right.
And how in this point in time are you listening? Because what the brother say, how like how shot, they're not gonna come out there throwing and speak to you. Hey, so what? Matter of fact, let's walk this way and let me tell you this and that. No, he set up men to tell you what to do.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? So like I say, hearken. So listen to his prophets, listen to his watchmen that he has set up to preach the good tidings unto you, to preach this good news, this gospel. Because it's really for it's really ultimately, if you receive it, this is the way you get saved.
Yeah.
This is the way you receive salvation. Right. If you reject it, you receive condemnation and ultimately death. Right? And you say, did you read the for blessed?
I'm just gonna read from 32 all the way to 36.
Okay, like I said, blessed are they that keep my ways. So those who are trying their best to keep their ways, but Yahweh shall shine to the best of their ability, they are considered blessed. That's right. Those who are not, you are cursed. You know what I'm saying? Now, hey, and will it bless? Oh man, you know, just go ahead, bro.
Hear instructions and be wise and refuse it not.
Right, hear the instructions, hear the words that are coming out of our mouth.
That's right.
The mouth, because we are the mouthpiece of Yahweh Shal Shai. Because brother get Hosea 12:10. Oh, that's a spirit.
That's right. You got to hear these instructions and brothers on these video pistols, brothers that's on the highways and byways, give you instructions. All right. Hey, the scriptures give you instructions about the way to live.
Yep.
All right. So it's when you have Hashem outside, crack them crowds, it's gonna be no excuse. The way to live is right here in the scriptures,
right.
All the way down to what you're supposed to eat.
Yep. That's right. Yep.
Go ahead.
Everything is covered.
Everything.
There's no gray area.
That's right.
That's right. The scriptures use like now that I'm come to have no comfort of sin.
God. Yeah.
You got that really quick? Yeah, I got the Hosea. Start at Hosea chapter 12, verse 9. And I that am the Lord that power from the land of Egypt will yet make thee to dwell in tabernacles as in the days of the solemn feast. Verse 10, I have also spoken by the prophets, I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets.
What did you say at the beginning? I had spoken about the prophets. All right? Yep. So if y'all see us on the highways and byways, that's how that's coming out of our own belly. That's coming out of this word. The things that we teach and the things that we're saying is the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? No.
It goes to what the brother said earlier. Like you said, we are the mouthpiece of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. What the brother said earlier. That surely he will do nothing but reveal his secrets to the servants of the prophets. That's exactly what that's and we are those prophets, you know, Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? We are giving you these instructions, right, to the way that you need to live by so that you may receive that salvation. But if you look at us and they just niggas. They got on robes, they got on dresses, they got on this, they had nothing, they had that. That's a Wisdom of Solomon 5 gonna kick in. Yeah, this is him. Yeah. How was he number amongst the righteous? He was able to, he was able to reprove us and correct us. This nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's gonna be.
That's exactly how you're gonna be.
Exactly how it's gonna be.
You know?
That's what we was just talking about.
Right, oh God, that's scary, you know. So again, like the scripture said, that's what the scripture say. He has spoken by his servants, the prophets. Again, like the thought like you say all the time. He ain't coming off his seat. He ain't coming off his throne to talk to you. Absolutely not. Right. So look at this like you're crazy or not. Hey, the scripture say, man, he that despises you, despises me, and despises him that sent me.
That's right.
So if you despise the prophets by default, you despise Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. You are through.
That's right.
You are out of here.
That's right.
So hey, call us what you want. But in the end all be all, man, you keep that same spirit, man, Yahweh Shai is gonna put you to death.
Just wanted to finish that real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Hosea chapter 12 and 10. Again, I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and dissimilitudes by the ministry of the prophets.
So yeah, you know, like I said, the dark parables, the wisdom, the things that are hard to understand within the scripture, man, he revealed that to the prophets. So ultimately, what you gotta do is not to question, well, how you know that? How you know this? No, receive that instruction. Right. Listen to what Yahweh Hashem Yahweh said.
Precept. Going into the visions and things like that. The Lord bless brothers with visions. All right. The Lord bless brothers with dreams. The Lord bless a brother wife with a dream to tell the brother. Yep. Okay. All right. Hey, dreams be powerful. All right. I done heard brothers come out with certain things. Hey, things manifested, man. Yep. All right. Yeah.
Right. Like you say, through all that too, like I said, hopefully the prophecies. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's another slang for the dark parable. You know, dumb it down. You know, those promises. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Because they be like, man, how they know this? How they know that? Because we inspired by the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. The wisdom and knowledge and understanding that we got that's proceeding out our mouth come from the heavens. That's right. That's how. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, I had one before.
This is Proverbs 4 and 13. Take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Alright, so take hold fast of instruction so that don't tear it, you know, when you get instructed to do something like his word, alright? Let her not go. Don't let go of it. Like my father always says, you know, don't take your foot off the plow, alright? Yes, that's right. Keep her, alright? Keep her, for she is thy life, alright? So that's how you know, ultimately get that mercy, that crown. That's that life, alright? Verse 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked. Go not in the way of evil men. All right, so that's pretty cut and dry. All right.
Wait, don't be unequally yoked with non-believers. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much going into. You don't want to be doing. You know, you want to stay around righteous men, man.
Hey, really, your spirit should feel uncomfortable being around wicked people for too long. Yep. Hey, they should feel uncomfortable around you.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so hey, you shouldn't even want to be around nobody wicked, not for too long.
They be manifested. Like when you be around, they be like, you can tell they be looking at you like.
They give you the dirtiest looks in the world. Like, what's going on with him? Something ain't right. And hey, you feel the same way. Hey, them wicked people have them demons on them. Hey, you don't want them demons to jump off them onto you. That's so it's best to try to keep yourself away from these wicked people in the world, man. You know?
I want to say real quick too, like I said, that hurt going there, that hurt is going to smell wisdom.
Right, we ain't talking about the.
Don't let go of my wife.
That's the spirit I was thinking.
Yeah, Jake gets simple. let me find the first woman.
Yeah.
No, it's talking about the wisdom of the scriptures. Because you get to Apocrypha and like his wisdom unto a woman. You know what I'm saying? So just making that clear, you know, before Jake trying to find the first woman. I need you. They say not to let go. Take instruction and
They checking Facebook for their first woman.
Right.
This Proverbs 1:23, it says, "Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit upon you. I will make known my words unto you." All right, and like that's going to the prophets, man. All right, that's how the Lord letting his words be known unto you, man. All right, what do you see week in, week out? You see brothers striving and pushing this truth, man, to the best of their ability, man. Day in, day out, hour upon hour. Sometimes your phone is ding and won't stop dinging. You got to cut the notifications off. Hey, so that's the Lord making his words known unto you, man. All right, this is because I have called and ye have refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. All right, the Lord is stretching out his hand right now. Even through this video and various videos that's going up and various camps that's happening. All right, the Lord is stretching out his hand through the prophets, man. Like he have always done, man. Anytime evil times was to come, the Lord would send the prophets out, all right, to warn the people, man. All right, that's what we're doing. We're here to warn you of what's coming, man. All right? It says 26, it says, "I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh." Right. So those people who not choosing to choose Yahweh Shah, man, all right, you're going to be laughed at and mocked at, man. All right, because, hey, what the scripture said, the children when they had liberty.
I got it right here.
Okay.
I'm about to let me read it.
Yeah, bring it out.
I got it right here. I'm but let me.
Yes, by 10.
I'm gonna go from 9 to 12.
Okay.
I got to. That's a spirit. We ain't text each other, say, you know.
Yeah, I text you.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 9. Then shall they be in a pitiful case. They say, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
Right, the people that don't want to listen, man. All right, and the word is going out, man. Hey, that's why I keep telling people, and I say this to some brothers all the time, that you're not going to have an excuse if you didn't hear this. Are you not going to be able to make that day of judgment? You're going to be like, "Lord, I didn't know." He making his words known, man. All right? Look, the scriptures is going out in different languages now, man.
Yep.
All right? The Spirit of the Lord is coming upon this place, man. You're not going to have that. So all you people who don't want to listen, let them go.
Real quick, there's a brother that does sign language.
Yeah,
you know, so there ain't no excuse.
The Lord let you see it in sign language.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did they abuse the ways? All right, by following the ways of this world. All right, by following their father Esau. Okay, that's how they abusing his ways. Right? All right, by doing the wickedness that this earth offers and taking heed to. That's how they abusing his ways. Go ahead.
Like you said, they should dwell in torments. To dwell in torments means you being tortured. You get what I'm saying? So, especially when, you know, even on the low level, you know, right now, Jake getting tortured, tormented, don't know what's going on. The Lord hates me, you know, like, you know, you get on a small level, you get it right now, but ultimately you getting tormented because why? Like the brother said, you abusing his ways. You like, you know what, this is the way of Yahweh Shah. I'm not gonna deal with that, but Esau said I could do this. Or the Hamites do this. Moab don't do this. I like what they do. I don't like what the Lord Yahweh Shah set forth for me to do. Right?
Well, I know it's good. That's just not. That's some people in Israel too, man. I'm gonna say that, man. All right, because you got a lot of people that's teaching their own ways, man. People are following behind those ways, those wicked ways, man. All right, that's why the scripture said, "Try the spirit by the spirit." Man. That's right. All right, you're supposed to be trying. You're supposed to be watching and listening to your leaders, man, and making sure it backs up what the Lord is saying, man.
The people of this world, they want to hear smooth things.
Yeah.
You know, there's an itching to hear things that make them feel good. And of course, going back to the good and evil of the world, you know, when good is actually presented, this world is so out of whack. When good is actually presented, they can't even see it. You know, they can't hear it. You know, their eyes are, they can't see. Their ears are heavy. You know.
Or it's like somebody coming over here, You know, you speak English, they speak to you in Chinese. You're like, right, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's going on? This is madness. So they look at righteousness as madness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as far as, you know, but the wickedness around the world, that's what's embraced. They love it. It's promoted. You know, it's amplified. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we need salvation.
Again, and that goes back to our video. You could pull up a video, somebody, you know, twerking, or they talking about, you know, violence, mad violence. The movie of the day, somebody sitting down eating all kind of abominable broths, and you'll see they have millions to sometimes billions views in some cases when they, you know, depending on the people or the company. But you got brothers that, you know, are coming humbly to show, you know, that Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai is coming, and yet the brothers' videos are getting clipped. You know, they're getting taken down. You know, again, that's going back to that, you know, what's good, you know, good and evil.
It wasn't that follies are set in great dignity. That's why you got somebody eating a plate of abominations till they can't even fit the food down, and they got 5 million views, man.
Yep.
They doing commercials and shit. You know, I'm getting paid for doing abominable things.
Yeah. Back to brother, when you said people don't know what good is. I know real quick. This is Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish; they have not known me. They are Scottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Yeah. So like, you know, I tried to bring it out. I said, well, they can break down a bag of dope. They can tell you, you know, make crack like this. They can tell you how to break that down. But then the moment you say, hey man, you know that we shouldn't be eating swine. They're like, man, my grandma lived eating swine. She's been living 100 years. She's 100 years old, still eating swine. It's like she's gonna be destroyed if she don't stop.
That's right. Wickedness.
So yeah, he still has more of that.
I'm gonna finish this for both. That's what time it is. So still got this for you, can Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
Right. And what's those benefits, man? The so-called welfare system. Hey, Jay got a good paying job, or hey, Jay think they doing well off on their side, man. Hey, they're not looking for the Lord, man. All right, you think Jay-Z is looking for the Lord in the scriptures? No. He got his heaven right here. You know? They're not looking for Yahweh Shem Shai. They're not trying to hear the waves, man. But when they do hear them, all right, they're cut by it, man. All right, because they know that it's the truth. All right, go ahead.
You seeing that? I know you seeing that right now with all these people getting these PPP loans. All right, hey, they worshiping that money, man. All right, hey, you got a lot of people that's not even looking in the Bible right now, or even searching through the scriptures to figure out anything. They worshiping this money. All right, hey, like I said, they loving the things, the benefits that their father Esau has given them, man. Okay, that's what the benefits is right now. Everybody get a PPP loan. All right, then Esau really setting you up with the loan. He gonna give you the loan. Then gonna come get you and take you to jail.
Yep.
Right. You got to pay the loan back.
That's right.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? So y'all love them benefits, but the first benefit that you receive from the Lord, that you each and every day you waking up.
That's right.
That was a benefit. The Lord, He showed mercy upon you. For you to either get it right, or you continue to heap coals upon your head.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. If I may add, brother, waking up every day as an Israelite.
Right.
But you know, we was talking about it.
Right.
That's why you good. You know, because we know the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai was given to Israel. So it got to set the record to hell with you heathen. That's right. Don't care. You know, but get back to this, bro. Verse 11. And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them,
You had a chance. Right? Like right now, man. See, people don't want to serve the Lord right now because they think that this folly that's going on, or this little, what the brothers is going to, those little gifts are going to mean something, man. Yeah. Hey, you can get $1 million right now, man, and the Lord comes, we'll all be burnt up anyway. Yeah. All right? Yeah. It'd be better to choose the Lord, man, than to choose this world, man. Yeah. All right? There's nothing really out here, man. Our women are defiled. The water's defiled. All right? We got to work until our feet and hands are bloody, man. not actual, but you know.
Yeah, God.
I mean, there's like 2 points real quick. First, to say all things on this side are temporal,
Yep.
all temporary. And other scriptures say that the fashion of this world will pass away.
Right.
So why the hell, like the brother said, you going to heap up to this and heap up to that. I got this, I got that, I got this new, I got this. All these things on this side is going to be burnt up.
Yeah.
Scripture say the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all these, especially Babylon the Great, you over here, this is the wrong place to be proud. I mean, pride is, it's wrong to be proud anyway, but especially over here.
Yeah.
Because y'all don't see what's going on, don't see what's coming. That's why a lot of y'all on that yellow list, they pretty much call you useless eaters.
Yeah.
Like y'all oblivious. Get that word real quick.
Yeah.
You're oblivious to what's going on, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all have no clue, but y'all care about this, y'all care about that, y'all care about this. Y'all get distracted by every single thing that they set up for you.
Yep.
And don't know that this, like I said again, the fashion of this world is going to pass away. Everything will get burnt up.
Oblivious, lacking active conscious knowledge or awareness.
You lack consciousness. Your ass is sleep. What they say? Eyes wide shut.
Yeah.
Clueless,
Clueless.
ignorant.
I got a quick precept.
My brother, he read his Scottish. He be stupid.
Yeah.
Dumb. Oh man, like, I looked at the word. Can we always say it, right? I looked up bugged out in the Urban Dictionary. It says to have lost one's mind, like completely out of your mind, like bug, just like how they think it's, this America will keep going on, out of your mind. You think weakness will keep going forth? You're out of your mind. Even China, they think they up next. You are out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? We keep going on and on, but yeah, well, this ain't bad. This ain't to be bugged out, and you are out of your mind. Like, you just through. You finished. Like brother said, clueless, ignorant, dumb, stupid, retarded, whatever it is. That's what you are. And for that ignorance, you're gonna be destroyed by it. You say you had something. Did you finish this for you?
Yeah, but I'm
I got something too after you.
this Isaiah 1 and 3 says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel does not know, my people do not consider. All right, you're just oblivious to the fact that it's the Lord. You're oblivious to the fact that you're an Israelite. All right, you're oblivious to the fact that the destruction is coming there. All right, you just dumbed down. You're in the matrix. All right, and if you're not in the spirit, you can't see it. But brothers that's in the spirit, you know you're working with zombies. Yeah, by their conversation, by they dumbed down conversation. You know, us three brothers, we went to get a bite to eat. All right, we was breaking bread with the owner. He said, "Wow," he said, "most of my conversations are with dumbed down niggas."
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the people on the base level, man. What you got, bro?
Verse, I'm gonna read 11 again. It say 2nd Ezra 9 and 11. And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when there's yet a place of repentance was open unto them, like right now, this word to you, you know, saying that's where it's open. It say understood not, but despised them. Liberty. So yeah, like, come on now, this is like, cause they say, whoa, what they say, I repented. The Christians, I repented. Oh yeah? Why you got that cigarette in your hand?
Right.
Why you got that corn dog in your hand? That corn dog. You know what I'm saying? Didn't y'all just say y'all about to go to Red Lobster?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's bad. Like, that's why the Christians, y'all are finished. Because y'all the epitome is what we talked about. Being wise in your own understanding. Well, being wise in your own eyes. You know what I'm saying? Being in that congregation is dead. Because them the people definitely say that God loves everybody, can do what I want. You know what I'm saying? Or they say what? God, he hates the sin, but he loves the sinner.
Right.
That don't make sense.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Who came up with that?
Like, like, that's dumb. You know what I'm saying?
It was just like something I said at camp yesterday. Hey, these church folks or Christians, y'all only really want to acknowledge the Lord one day after week. That's all y'all do, one day after week. So Monday through Saturday, it's free for them.
Yep.
And then I'm high and holy when Sunday comes. Well, you might go to Wednesday service or Thursday service. But when you leave there, you go smoke your blunts. You go commit adultery. You go do all these wicked acts. and then you in there on the grind.
Commit adultery while you're there.
Then you on your hands and knees on Sunday. Like, you know.
Hey, these Christians think that's repentance.
Yeah.
They think, oh, well, I just chose 2 days out of the week to act like I'm righteous.
That's right.
They think that's repentance.
And what's funny is, right, like two things. You read the scripture where it say the Most High Spirit dwells not in temples made by the hands of men. And they be like, they still going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not only that, you even going to that harlot house, you are giving reverence to a whole nother God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like you said, bro, like even in that Sunday where they think they giving praise to the Lord, they giving praise to their Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, they commit, spiritual adultery. You're committing sacrilege, you're worshiping idols, you're worshiping Cheshire, Orgia, you're worshiping Serapis Christus. You're not worshiping Yahweh Shai, the scripture. No, you are worshiping, like the Apostle Harvey doing that, you worshiping, what do you say, Renaissance Jesus.
Yeah, Renaissance.
That's who you worship. You know what I'm saying? The Renaissance. Yeah, Shaggy with the in school. Now you worshiping Shaggy and you know what I'm saying? What the woman? Nah, I can say that, but yeah, keep it at that. Shaggy.
Got some school snacks for you.
Niggas from the Beach Boys. It says, and they that have loathed my law, so despised it, hated it, while they had yet liberty.
The quality of being, or state of being free, the power to do as one pleases, freedom from physical restraint, freedom, it says, the positive enjoyment of various social, political, and economic rights and privileges.
Right, so you had the time to choose the Lord, you did, man. All right? You didn't want to hear His law. You didn't want to hear nothing the Lord has to say, man.
Yeah.
All right, that's why when y'all walk past the camps, y'all keep walking because you don't want to hear what the Lord got to say. You're not thinking about it.
Finish that, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And before I finish that, Second Ezra 8 and 56, it say, for when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of His law, and forsook His ways.
Hated it.
Hated it. You know what I'm saying? Despised it. They pretty much, Salaki. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start go to verse 55 and say, and therefore, you know what I'm saying. And therefore, ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. Why? Because, for when they had taken liberty, they had that freedom or whatever, they despised the Most High, right? Then they not only despised him, then they thought scorn of His law. He wants to live by that? Really? Right. It's ridiculous. No, I'm not doing that. And forsook his ways, taking the ways of these heathens, right? Following after their ways. Again, leading to their own understanding. Being wise in their own eyes. It's going to lead to their destruction. It say, moreover, they have trodden down His righteousness, and that's what they do to us every day. When they ridicule us, they put us down, y'all this, y'all that, y'all lying, y'all preaching hate, y'all doing this and that. And also, even in times past, they put the prophets of death, the ultimate thing they did, Jake sent up Yahweh trying to be crucified.
Right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So the righteous, we try down day and day. Scripture say we are killed all the day long.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it say, it said in their hearts or in their mind that there is no God. They in their mind, well, in the ways that they live in, you would think in their mind that there is no God.
Yep.
Because you choose, I'm doing what the hell I want to do. Yep. Life just gonna go on and never please, ain't shit gonna happen, ain't no clouds gonna crack. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Ain't no God. Y'all said we gonna be leaving. The Lord's gonna come back. All 30s, from the 60s, late 60s or early 70s, and y'all still here preaching. We don't believe what y'all saying. We gonna do what we gonna do on our own. Keep it up. It say that there is no God, yea, and that knowing that, knowing what you said with your own words, they must die. That's exactly what the Lord just said. It said,
one more time, what did
it say? And that knowing they must die.
That's right.
Now really quick, it say, verse 59, for as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it was not His will that man should come to naught, but they which He created have defiled the name of Him. Right? Yeah, He got a name. It ain't a title to Zariah. He actually has a name.
That's right.
There is titles, but His name is Yahweh. Yahweh, and the Son's name Yahweh Shai. Right? It say, Salaki, but they which be created have defiled the name of Him that made them, and were unthankful unto him, which prepared life for them. How did he prepare life for you? By giving you the law, statutes, commandments. That was the breath of life that he gave unto Adam. So that been resonated down to the sons of Adam, which would be, they were the sons of God in past times. Now we call Yasha'Allah. He's a prince of the power. Right? It say, and therefore is my judgment now at hand. These things have I not shewed unto all men, but unto thee and a few like thee. So who's those few? So who's those few that's like him? The hope, the men of the Lord, the hope, the elect, right? And Lord will reveal that hope from them. You get what I'm saying? And it say, then answer I said, behold, O Lord, now thou hast shewed me the multitude of the wonders, right? And we know the wonders of what's going to happen to the people. All the perilous times are going to happen. We understand the prophecies. You get what I'm saying? That all things are going to come to pass is coming right down the pipe and down the pipe in real time. Which that we begin to do in the last times, but at what time thou hast not shewed me. But this was during the time of Ezra. This was during the time of the Persian captivity. This is around what, 550 BC up to 300 something BC, so within that time period. But now in this time period, we actually understand those times that we're in, and that's why he told us at the beginning of chapter 9 in 2nd Ezra to measure down the times diligently within itself. That's how we know what time that we're in, by measuring the time. But you know, Slakia for rambling, just finishing that 9 for you, bro. This 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 12. The same must know it after death by pain. Right? And it say, going on. So yeah, so knowing these things, right? Knowing that you're getting corrected, knowing that you're getting reproved, but you still despise it and you throwing it behind you, you're going to know it after death by pain. You're going to know in that time when you come to the judgment seat, why I get put to death, Lord? Oh, because you chose not to listen to my men, the Lord, that I to teach you. That's how they say death by pain means it's not going to be sweet. It ain't going to be fast. It ain't going to be quick. You're going to feel it. You got some chicks saying, oh, I'll just get hit by the nukes and I'll be okay. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. They talk about something that's hotter than the sun.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Right? So,
and real quick, and you know, Jacob say that stuff. Hey, the Lord will have it where he'll let you feel every nanoparticle of pain, okay? Yeah, you might get hit by a nuclear missile, but the Lord will keep you allowed to feel all that, all right? Hey, just like Sarah Connor on the Terminator, boy, she was on that fence, turns us down. She's still feeling it. Hey,
no, this was the whole time.
I got two more to appreciate. Okay. It says, and therefore be thou not curious. And honestly, this one actually has appreciate that for me. You cool? I'm telling you should bring it up. But back to 13 to say, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, right? So don't be worried about how they're going to be punished. Now, we understand the judgment that's going to happen unto them, but we not too consumed and worry about the wicked. That's right. No, we sit down here to preach the beds of the marriage to the hopeful elect. They are considered the righteous souls on this side right now, this time and period. Yeah, we all come from the righteous seed, but hey, the scripture says in Galatians that it says the Israel of the Most High. That's right. Yep. You get what I'm saying? Scripture say that not all Israel is of Israel. You get what I mean? So it's a select few that's going to be saved in this time. So it say what? It say, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when, right? It say, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. So you're supposed to be taking heed to this epistle right now. The other epistle that's going on. Taking heed to the brothers on the highways and byways. That's what you're supposed to be taking heed to, so you may be accounted for as the righteous. They say, then answer I and said, I have said before, and now do speak. And it will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop.
You can't really sit out here and be worried about these wicked people, man. Pretty much that's what the brother's going into. You can't worry about these wicked people. Nope. Alright? Hey, I be looking at people, okay, new fuel. Okay, more new fuel. That's some new fuel over there. That's how you supposed to look at these wicked people. Alright, you can't be worried, huh?
Food for lions.
Yeah.
Right. Food for vultures.
Right. And the metaphor that was used, man, is a wave and a drop. Yeah. Alright? A drop is just a remnant of a wave. It's small number, man. Alright, so that's a fearful thing for us too, man. Alright? You know, praying to how much you know said that we be called in that number. That small drop. You know?
The scripture say that righteous is scarcely saved.
I'm holding it too. I'll bring it out real quick. This is 1 Peter 4 and 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. And if it first begin at us,